Hey guys! Welcome back to Let's Play Xenosaga Episode 2. Last time, we moved into the core of Labyrinthos and did a bunch of puzzles. This time, we're going to do some more puzzles because that elevator up there is still out of commission until we go and do the puzzles on this side and then do the puzzles on the top side to get out that way. It's kind of weird that way. Oh well, you have to go around one way in order to do it. This side at least has some new enemies to show off, so let's rock on that. And show off, not really somebody new, but a new version of somebody we've already seen before, the Vive. And hey, look, we got the other one too. The Calyx and the Vive, again, pretty much the way they were before. I'm not sure if the elemental is the same, but the Vive is 150% weak to aura, 200 to fire, 150 to pierce, 200 to slash, and weak to physical. That one is for Ziggy. The Calyx, oh, he has a break zone of BB, by the way. The Calyx has 250% to aura, 150 to thunder, and a break zone of CB. So obviously he's for the other two. Very nice. I like it a lot. Based on the characters that are brought in here, we pretty much have one for them to take out and one for the other to take out. And because Ziggy does 200% fire and 200% slash, he's pretty effective at taking them down all at once. Let's boost you in first. Yeah, I think that's basically what your elemental spells look like. They kind of look like crap. So with the Calyx we want to target for CB, and we'll down you. Right, I forgot. This guy's annoying. He counter boosts. He counter boosts if you hit him with things that he's weak to, so you have to take him down in one thing, otherwise you get pretty much nothing. So I'm just going to heal you since they did quite a bit of damage, and next time we get on the proper slot, we'll just have Xion end him. No, we're going to go for you, and your break zone is BB. And that's more than enough to take care of you. Nope. We're going to move you into the back. And then we're going to boost you. We'll stalk you. And then we'll... I was going to boost you again, but that's not going to happen now, is it? And I keep forgetting that I can't do that, otherwise he'll just counter boost. Because he's a pain in the ass that way. I'm not sure if you have to do a certain amount of damage or if it's just a chance to counter boost, but he seems to do it a lot, and it's really kind of annoying. So anyway, we'll just stalk everybody through, and then Xion goes next, and we'll just unload, fill up our gauge as much as we can. But yeah, she does a decent amount of damage with her thunder attacks, obviously not with her beam attacks, since he's not weak to beam. In fact, he takes reduced damage from beam.
Miyuki's new invention's not bad at all.
But, oh well. So that's the two new enemies remaining in the area, and yeah, they go down, they're a little harder than the other ones, but not by much. As you can see, there's a gate there. We're going to need to make something, make that disappear so we can move forward. But first, we need to go over top of said gate. Now, the way these work is, here's the thing, it pulls the gate up, so it blocks you from moving across on the top, but allows you to move under the bottom. So there's nothing we can get there. But yeah, so as you can see, we can't get through that one quite yet because that one's already lifted up. So I just wanted to blow up all those things. We'll press this button. Can I press this button, please? Thank you. Which will lift this panel up, and we can head underneath. This will lead us to some treasure. This one, again, is kind of a puzzle, but not really, because it's not all that hard to figure out. In fact, yeah, you don't want to press that yet. You want to go over here first and collect some treasure. I think there's something in one of these. Or not. But you do want to go past this guy, so I'll fight you off screen. There we go. Now, this is important. You want to go over here first, because in order to proceed for any further, you'll block yourself off from getting that. And I believe this is already blocked off, correct? So yeah, that's pretty much, I think, all we need to gather for the moment, if I remember correctly. So now we can put this one down. Turn on fast forward real quick here. There's, of course, an enemy up there that I will have to take on off screen, but first, let's set this one up. so we can get across. And see you in a moment. Had to heal after that one. Jeez, there's 3 of those new, stronger dudes in there, so that one was not a lot of fun. Alright, so nothing in there. This comes up. There we go. And with that, we should be able to get through. But you have to make sure that you hit this one down. Come on, can I get that? Yeah. So this is the one where the treasure chest was, and you have to lower this one in order to get across. So you have to make sure you get that treasure chest first before going through the whole process of getting actually forward, which will lead us down here where we've already been, and all we have to do is run around. So not too difficult a puzzle. They have a little more of a difficult one coming up. It's not super hard or anything, but it at least is a puzzle. Literally, there's blocks and everything. So the idea here is there's a door on the left side and the door on the right, and a treasure chest on the left side and a door on the right side, I think. And in order to get to both of these, we need to hit these blocks. And as you hit them, they will move in that direction. But as they do that, say if I hit this one, all the blocks would go in the same direction that I hit them in. So in order to do this, we need to hit this one forward. We need to hit this one backward. And we also need to do it in this order. At least I think in this order. Certain parts probably you don't have to do in order, but you can block yourself in. I think you just press the select button, or maybe it automatically does it. So you want to hit those down. That allows us to get in. We want to hit those down to connect our path. And we want to shoot this one first, because as soon as we hit this one forward, it's going to block our path in and we won't be able to get there. That's the correct solution that allows you to get to both the item and the way forward. Now, unfortunately, this is not like that's not really a similar block puzzle, but another block puzzle in episode 3, because the one in episode 3, you get a much better reward than this. But I guess it's not bad. So anyway, let's get through all that and run all the way out here. This leads to the other side, so we've effectively completed all 4 of the doors. There's no enemy on this side, which I always found kind of weird, but let's press the button, and that removes the other side of the gate, which is kind of a strange gate, but whatever, and activates that elevator, and of course activates that elevator. I'm not sure why, but I've always been a lot easier to tell that this elevator's been activated than the one on the opposite side. It's kind of weird that way. Maybe it's just my brain not working. It's entirely possible. Okay, so I guess we'll probably have about as much time as I figured. That'll work out. Okay, so we'll head down here, get my free heal going. And get to spiral around. Can't move around on that thing while we're moving, unfortunately, but I always liked that you could do that in Final Fantasy IX in the Aoife tree. It was always pretty cool. And oh right, there's this one. Never mind, I was thinking there was we were right at the end already. No, there is another puzzle yet to do. And this puzzle, not particularly all that difficult, but it is kind of a pain in the ass. You have to open lock A to get into somewhere, and then lock B to go forward. So in order to do that, if I remember correctly, we need to head first over here. You can look around if you want, but first things first, take this elevator, go up, turn on fast forward because it makes it go faster. And we want to press this guy here, which will raise up the platform. If you notice down there in the bottom, there's A. That air door is locked by lock A. So now I believe we take this back down. I'm doing this from memory, so if I screw up, I apologize. And in here, yeah, there we go. And there's the button for A. And that opens the lock. So pretty simple as a puzzle, as far as puzzles go. And back up here. And do I go all the way over? Yes, I go all the way over, I believe. and I hit this one. There we go. Yeah, this one just takes a little while. That's why I'm throwing on fast forward for it. Make it go by a little bit faster. That one is not active yet. Now, before going in here, we would like to equip our characters for an upcoming boss fight. Mainly because one of the characters that's required for that fight will leave the party temporarily until the boss fight actually starts. So I'm going to make sure they're all equipped, and might as well do everyone at the same time, and I will see you in a moment. Okay, so I've equipped the party members. Oddly enough, none of them are current party members, so let's just show off. We're going to go with Momo, pretty much set up the way she was. EP half probably isn't necessary. You could probably put something else on, doesn't matter. Jin with Swimsuit Combo Boost, Revenge Power, Blade Coat, and Junior the same way, and that's pretty much the entire setup. So, not a huge amount, but that's the party I'm going to go with. I will explain further events regarding said boss fight when we get there. But we've gotten to the long-awaited door. We're going to free Canaan from the burden of information? Kind of weird, but okay, whatever.
Well, we finally made it.
Mm-hmm.
At last, we can set you free from your curse, Canaan.
I'd appreciate it if you could hurry. I really don't want something like this in my head any longer than I need to.
You've had it in there for 14 years.
Hey, just what is the data inside of Canaan anyway?
Well,
Put
there's
simply,
a double-pronged question.
It contains the identity of the mastermind behind the Miltian conflict.
But it also
Hold on a
relates to
second.
episode 3.
The mastermind behind the conflict was...
The madman Joachim Mizrahi. At least that's what everyone thinks.
Well, we kind of saw that in the Encephalon.
Just because most people believe something doesn't necessarily mean that it's true.
Wait, what do you mean?
You're about to find out.
Jin, you really need to just tell people things instead of trying to be cryptic all the time. That's Chaos's job. He gets to be super cryptic for the entire series. You should actually open your damn trap and say things. Mainly because you know most of what's going on already. Yeah, Jin knows a little more than he tells a lot of the time in these games.
Sure. It's the organization established by Joachim Mizrahi to study the Zohar.
We've gone through hell thanks to them.
We have indeed. We fought them a lot.
So what about the UTIC?
The UTIC organization was originally a part of the Federation. Professor Mizrahi was apparently using the data he obtained from studying the Zohar to convert UTIC into a military organization.
Okay.
But he never actually told the Federation government. He kept them in the dark.
So, madman or
But
not, still kind of a bit
There's
evil.
something else that's strange about this. It takes an enormous amount of money to fund research and weaponry. Yet there's no evidence that the Federation ever provided that kind of financial backing.
So who's the backer?
So someone else was funding them from behind the scenes?
Someone
That's
with
right.
a lot of money.
Almost all of the UTIC organization's enterprises were nothing more than dummy corporations.
There's a lot of dummies in this game.
That is, all except one.
Just one?
Makes sense.
This data includes recorded information regarding a business known as Hyams. It's highly likely that this company was the one that actually provided the money. And the head of the Hyams outfit, a man named Heinlein, happens to be one of the cardinals of the immigrant fleet.
I guess this is supposed to be the big reveal, though it's
are you
kind of
saying
been
that the
apparent
UTIC
for a
organization
while.
has connections to the immigrant fleet?
Did
We've already known this because
Did Daddy
we
have
have
connections to the immigrant fleet too?
our
No.
omniscient view
I
of what
presume
Margulis is
Professor
doing.
Mizrahi was merely being used. Their objective was to acquire research data on the Zohar. Even the Realian outbursts that sparked the Miltian conflict were believed to be part of their experiments. But something else happened that they couldn't have predicted.
The notes.
Udu awoke, and the door to purgatory opened.
And the Gnosis appeared.
Everyone must have thought it was the end of the world. but that didn't happen.
No, it did not.
Momo, the truth of the matter is, your father wasn't a madman at all. In the ensuing chaos, Professor Mizrahi had to make a vital decision in order to prevent the worst-case scenario.
What decision?
He knew he had to somehow isolate the Zohar, Udu, and all of Miltia, and seal their power in a place where no one could touch it.
So, the reason Miltia was swallowed up by the Abyss was because Professor Mizrahi.
A great many people were sacrificed for his sake. That's probably the reason he brought judgment down upon himself, to put an end to everything. Your father tried to save the world you were about to be born into. And then he entrusted his secrets to you, the one he could trust most.
Daddy? I knew it! I'm so happy!
Wait a second. So if we just hand over the Zohar to the immigrant fleet, they'll...
Yes. They will likely repeat the tragedy from 14 years ago.
So we're not gonna
Please
do
go on
that.
without me. I'm going to send this data to Representative Helmer. Canaan, please handle the data backup.
Understood.
So there's a great moment for Momo here where she finds out, as the rest of us do, that not quite as evil as, her father's not quite as evil as everyone thinks that he is. Though we still have to deal with the fact, and so does she, that, you have to press that button, by the way, that, words are escaping me, that other people are going to believe that he's evil, regardless of what she now knows. This time we want to take this elevator. And that lock that the red button we just pressed, unlocked this lock, which was blocked off earlier on. And this leads us to another elevator. There's a lot of elevators in this area. But anyway, yeah, Hyams, we don't learn much about Hyams in the first two games. We heard something about Heinlein being a cardinal within the immigrant fleet, and we know a little bit about the immigrant fleet, but not too much. They seem to be a religious organization, but so yeah, there's a little bit more information that we get. We learn later on that Hyams, I think it's actually in the database where we learn this, but Hyams is actually the biggest competitor with Vector. They are like the second largest corporation in the world, and the only one who can financially compete with Vector. Now, that doesn't really mean anything right now, but no, I don't want to do that. In fact, we'll go up here. I'll show something. There's a bunch of battles. There's 3 battles that I will fight off screen, but they're all repeat battles. But as you open each of these doors, you'll be put into an encounter with one of these guys that are all the same enemies we've fought before, and you can't run away from them, you can't go around them, at least to my knowledge. And I will fight all 3 of these battles off screen. There's one of these guys, and then I think there's a soldier, and then a couple of the new enemies that we've been fighting. But yeah, that's pretty much all the time we have for today. Next time we will move forward beyond those 3 enemies and see what exactly we can do beyond there. That's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.